Hello everyone, this is Professor Jay and I wanted to show you how to set up a document in APA format for your first assignment. There are two ways to set up the document. I'm going to show you the easy one first. If you go to File and New, you can search for a template. Here we have several templates. I will choose APA style paper. Now you'll notice this is already set up for you. You will simply change your name and the title, your institution, your author's note, and the header. As you can see here, I've titled the paper Introduction to APA Personal Information with the student name and the institution. The author note is not something you necessarily have to have, but for this purpose I went ahead and used one. Also, you will notice that the running head, the header or the title is in all caps, and it is an abbreviation of the complete title. Page 2 is the abstract. You notice now that the header simply has the abbreviated title, and it no longer says running head as it does on page 1. When we are using the template, we don't have to make that change. The template does. You then title your abstract, and your abstract would be a short abbreviation or a short summary, of your essay. Obviously, you do not need an abstract for this first assignment. If you have one, you can just leave the information that the template has. Also, notice that you will use keywords. Those are search terms. When a paper is professionally submitted to a journal or something, you need keywords in order for it to be logged in the library. Page 3 has your full title, and then you start your paper. Also in APA, we use headings. You won't be using a heading for this assignment, obviously. You can see that I have now typed the complete title here and the information I asked you for. Your name, what you like to go by, and how I can best get in touch with you, what your preferred email is. Now, you can leave the headings here as Word has placed them, or you could just erase them. And of course, I didn't do that correctly, but I'm going to now. Okay. I'll just delete it. So now we have that. Then we go to the references page. And in the references page, I would like you to use the information I gave you in the assignment to cite the letter from Birmingham Jail. So here I've typed it. You notice I just have the last name and the initials. No salutation, no Dr. Martin Luther King or Reverend Martin Luther King. The date, and the title, and where I got it, where I retrieved it from. Now, sometimes for different kinds of sources, for instance, if I had gotten this from a journal, I would also have the journal title before I have the address of where I got it. Nevertheless, this will give you a basic idea of how to do APA format, and it also shows you that it must be in hanging indent, which I presume you learned when you did MLA. Now, let's do it the hard way. The first thing I want to do is put it in Times New Roman, 12-point font, and then I want to do see, insert a header, and then I would say different first page, and I would put page number. Then I would put running head, oh, I didn't put that in all caps, hold on. And then I would hit the tab button twice in order to make sure that this goes over into the right margin. Then I double click to get out of the header, and you will need to go down several spaces till you're about midway, center the text, and type your title, your name, and your institution. Here I've done the typing, but I have forgotten to tell you that this should all be double spaced. So if we go to spacing and choose 2.0, it's now double spaced. Now, in order to get to the next page without messing up the format, what you want to do is insert a page break. You notice now that unfortunately the pages have changed. So you need to come in here, and I'm going to insert the page number, top of page, plain number 3, and then do all caps. And hit tab twice. Now from now on, this is how your header will look. When you do it yourself, you just have to do the first 2 pages. Now we would have the abstract, except I still have the caps lock on. But because you're doing it yourself and the abstract is not required, only the title page, the first page, and the references page are required, go ahead and just type the title, which is and then you would left align, indent the first line of your paragraph just like you do in MLA, and you would write your paragraph. Of course, this is not really a paragraph, it's really just your contact information. You notice that I just got rid of the hyperlink. I prefer, for myself, to not have hyperlinks in my pages. I'm not going to worry about it for this time, so I'm not going to show you how to do that again. But in the future, we'll talk about that. Okay, I didn't want to go home. I wanted to go insert page break to get us to the next page. And the next page is, as you know, references. So if we go back here, we center the title, and the title is References. And we go back over here, and then we have to set up the hanging indent. So right now the special is first line indent. We want to change that to hanging. And somehow this got changed back to 1.8, so I'll have to go to the other page and change it to 2.0. But here we are set up for that. Okay, so I want to show you a few things. First, when I just copied and pasted the information into the document, as I assume you will do, it changed the formatting. So, and I noticed actually that on this page the formatting is incorrect, and so is the font. So let's just do this right now and say we want a hanging indent. Okay. Then we're going to do Control-All to change all the formatting. So we want Times New Roman, 12-point font. We come over here to paragraphing again. We want 0 space after a paragraph or after a certain type. And we're not going to do a special because the specials I want are there. And we want double spacing. So now everything is formatted correctly for your assignment. I'm kind of glad I forgot to do that in the first place because many times you go back and fix it later. As you can see, it is probably easier in the short run to use the templates. However, I find learning how to do the setup and doing it myself easier for me, I guess because I've just been doing it that way for so many years. So it's up to you which you prefer, but either way, this is what I want your assignment to look like. If you use a template, you may indeed have things like an abstract, and that's fine, but what you're required to have is a title page that looks somewhat like this, something like this. And when I look at that, that seems pretty high up, so I'm going to make it a little lower. You'll have your main page with the full title and your contact information, and then you'll have your references page. Okay, well, have a great day, and I'll see you in class on Thursday.